everybody, it's Amanda. I am a low-income, wage-earning mom and wife, and I do work for a living, and my husband does too. Today we are going to the bulk store where we're going to look at some deals. I am not going to lie to you, this is not Sam's Club and it's not Costco. It's a local store in which have bulk items. People buy these items from the general public, and a lot of people come here when they are running a business. However, I can freely walk into this location and I can get things even as a person off of the street with no membership. So I'm starting to look into bulk items. Probably not all of the items from this store will be a great deal, but some of them will be for sure. Especially if you compare them to Safeway, Kroger, or other expensive stores. Before we get further into it, I'm going to show you the individual price and what you're going to pay per case. I do want your opinion of the prices in the store, what you think about the meat, the cheese, the bread and butter of all meals. Not the veggies, not the other things. Even though I will tell you, they do have some pretty good fresh food prices. I truly believe nowadays it's really hard to actually go to the store and just buy food. You have to become very, very good at looking at your prices. You have to be making a decision. Is this a good deal or not? Is this bulk item something I'm going to eat on a regular basis, or is it something that I can live without? And one of these items are these chips. I cannot afford to buy bags of chips, little bags of chips, $24.54. And actually, this is pretty cheap. And this is also an option. Now, I could buy cookies, crackers, all sorts of snacks at the Dollar Tree, but they don't taste the same. You cannot compare Lay's chips to something from the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, especially Dollar Tree brand. Most of you guys know I love my coffee. I am a morning coffee gal. This is how I'm going to replace my $9 creamer per week with these flavors, and I'm going to just add them to my coffee with a little bit of milk and be satisfied with that. I will say things like these cake mix and icings, these are not something I would normally buy, but that's mostly because my husband is gluten-free and we no longer eat products like this. Overall, these are somewhat decent price, depending on how much you bake and how much you use. Sometimes stuff like this, the cornbread, would be something that I would purchase. Another thing I try to only buy once a year is pancake mix, so I can make waffles, pancakes for my kids on Sunday. This is a great deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I am probably going to come back and grab a couple of these, or maybe even just one. Back in our apartment, I used to bake a lot of bread. I was gifted a bread maker. I used it till it broke. I'm not going to lie to you. This is 10 pounds of bread flour, and for that price, I actually felt like it was pretty decent. $14 and some change. I could deal with that. However, my husband has recently found that he has what you would probably call a food allergy. He is gluten-free, so he cannot have any wheat-related items. However, this has made it really hard for me to convert from regular flour to gluten-free products, because I'm not going to lie to you, they don't taste the same. And by the way, these are 50-pound bags. So really, I mean, not too bad. Not too bad. The price on these varies based off of what brand you like or what brand you're willing to try, because some of them are more expensive than others. However, this sugar is pretty expensive. Yet again, 50 pounds. Are you going to use 50 pounds of sugar in a year? You might. You might use it for baking. You might use it for drinks. You might use it for tea. You might use it for all sorts of things. So it's all dependent on your need and what you will actually use. But I don't buy big bags of sugar at a time. I think the biggest we get is probably 10 pounds, and it usually lasts us quite a long time. Stuff like this yeast, I need to get some. I had some in my freezer. It's actually this brand right here. This is the one, and I used it all year round, and it worked out really well for me. Nacho cheese. We do taco night a lot. So nacho cheese at $14, $12 and some change, not bad. Teriyaki sauce. Can't buy these because these are not gluten-free. I don't know if you know this, but it's in a lot of items. This is something I wish I would have seen a long time ago. All of these rice noodles are really reasonably priced. $1.49. $1.49. You can make so many things with rice noodles, and the good part about it is they're gluten-free. My husband can have them. He may not love them. They may not taste like regular noodles, but we are going to see what they are like. I will say this, I was never one to want to try alternative products to save myself some money, but now I feel like I don't have a choice. Some stuff like this is actually not bad priced. This batter is 5 pounds, and it depends on what kind you want, but $10 to $11, not bad. Cornmeal, I don't buy it enough, and actually cornmeal does have wheat in it. These are great. $5.99. $5.99 for bouillon, for beef and other flavors. They even had one that was ham. Anyway, on to the noodles. So noodles can be really cheap, depending on where you get them from. By the way, if you notice a bigger number, it is not the actual price of the noodles per bag. It is by the case. However, these are all 10 pounds. 10 pounds of pasta for $12.79. I would say that that's a deal. If you can eat the pasta and it's something that you can store, I definitely would suggest it. The one thing that saves my butt every single year is every single time I go buy bulk items that are not canned like these or put in a package, I buy food grade buckets, 5-gallon buckets, and I get what's called gamma lids, and I get myself some food savers, and I always try to put my food into those buckets. One thing I do find really reasonable about this store is their produce. Their produce can definitely be reasonably priced. Like this 50-pound bag of potatoes for $15.19. The canned items at this store are very reasonably priced. Now, by the time you actually get the onion, the garlic, all of the spices to make pizza sauce, you cannot make this much pizza sauce for $7.19. $6 and change for some of the sauces. One reasonable way to actually gain a very decent pantry, a working pantry, meaning you're using the items in your pantry, you're not just prepping it, is actually by buying in bulk like this, especially if you have a large family. $11.39 for a giant 6-pound thing of tomatoes. All different types of tomatoes. Another thing is everyone thinks that when they buy canned goods that they have to use it right away. You can use canned goods longer than you actually think. You will have to Google, obviously, some of the tips and tricks about using expired canned goods, but it is doable, and I've seen a lot of different people here on YouTube do it. Alright, here's the part I need your opinion on. It's the meat section. Some of the prices in this section are very high. However, you are getting large quantities of meat. I mean, some of these pieces of meat or slabs of meat are absolutely massive. I personally do not buy my meat at a bulk market. I tend to go to Winco Foods personally. I'm not saying any of these prices are absolutely outrageous or terrible, but in my opinion, that is where I go to buy my meat. let me know, what do you think of some of these meat prices? Beef, chicken, pork, all the things, ground turkey. They are a big staple in all of our meals in my household. And so when it comes to buying meat products, I try to find things at a discount or maybe even marked down. I'm pretty good at making sure to check certain prices. However, I wish I did not pass this up because these hams were 99 cents a pound. 99 cents a pound, and I think it's because they're going out of season. Off to the cheeses. Now, cheese can be fairly expensive, especially if you like your bougie cheese. However, I want to know, would you buy some of this cheese for this price? I mean, mind you, I'm not paying a membership to get into this store. So, we have to think of that as well. But I think things like this and this for $15.59 American cheese, that's a pretty good deal. I am not sure if I like Havarti. However, I have thought about trying it. I am a big fan of cheddar cheese. I like my medium and my sharp cheddar for sure. If you have a favorite cheese, let me know what it is in the comments down below. I have really considered buying some of this bulk cheese for $16.89 and getting myself an electric cheese grater like I wanted to last year and start grating my own cheese so that way I could freeze it. And not every cheese tastes great after it's frozen, but if you let it get to room temperature, it should be fine. Stuff like this ricotta cheese, I can't use in a blink of an eye, so I don't buy it. I also noticed that butter prices are getting high. Butter tends to be about $5 to $7, and I'm considering buying that for $2.99. Yogurt is another thing I would love to learn how to make this year. I hear it's super easy to make, and all I need is one small container to get started. Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is Jordan's favorite drink, Pog. I'm gonna pick it up. I know it's not the best deal, but I'm going to pick it up. Here are some liquid eggs. These eggs are what fast food places use. I hate to tell you. Sour creams and many other dairy products have gotten pretty high. However, these are quite large. If you have a large family, yet again, this might work out for you. Or maybe you are just a cottage cheese fan. Off to look at the other cheeses. I will say I do find a good deal. It's just not happened yet. I will say that huge thing of Parmesan, that's a good deal. I would buy that. Off to looking at other cheese. This Parmesan cheese, woo! Little spendy for my taste. Little spendy. However, these are a deal. 5 pounds of shredded cheese for $15 and some change. I think that this is a 10 out of 10 score. Some of them are a little bit more expensive, like the mozzarella, but I can use that to make pizzas for a whole entirety of a month or more. And I'm looking at more cheeses. I'm actually trying to find Mexican cheese, but I was not successful. However, I did grab one of these bags of cheese. All right, I got my cheese and I'm on to the veggies. I noticed that produce is absolutely crazy priced. However, it's almost cheaper to make things from scratch now than it is to actually buy canned goods. You guys have seen the prices in the store. I don't need to tell you. But some of these prices, like look at all these mushrooms. If you like mushrooms, I like mushrooms with steak, and I do like it with pasta. That is a lot of mushrooms for a decent price, and if you get them uncut, they will be cheaper. I did end up calling my husband and asking him if there was anything produce related we needed, and I even talked up this veggie stir fry mix because it was only $4.49. And then there's this coleslaw mix, which I thought was a great deal as well. 2 pounds for $4.79. That I'm not sure I would eat. However, these are my fave. $4.99 is actually a really good deal because at Winco they were over $1.50 a piece. Over $1.50 a piece. Same with the zucchini, not really in season, but for that price, I would definitely come back and buy them. Same with this broccoli. This broccoli is huge. The actual bag of broccoli is $7.99. Not bad. All these veggies seem to come in a pack of 6. This is $9.09, and the green ones are $7.19. I can still get these for about 89 cents a piece, so that's probably not the best deal. However, this bag of kale is 2.5 pounds for $10.39. Good deal. Baby spinach, a big 5-pound thing, and that is a good deal. These blueberries are a great deal for $3.99. They're like $8 at the store, and my bearded dragon would be so happy if I brought home some of these berries. And here's some garlic. Garlic is a funny haha. I know it's garlic in a jar. Alright, on to look at some more freezer items. Oh my gosh. I think I might have to pick these up for a movie night with my kids. $12.49 for a big bag of onion rings. These are not the best deal. Do not buy pre-made baked goods. You can make them at home. Make your own muffins. I'm not sure about these. These are boneless chicken pieces, breaded chicken pieces, $24.69. I'm not sure. They're 5 pounds a piece, and then this one's a spicy one. This would be a little bit more up my alley, but I'm not sure. Alright, here is the chicken tenders. I would say I'm on the fence about the price. However, some of the seafood options that they have at this particular location, I'm amazed about because they have pretty much a little bit of everything. If you like shrimp, I feel like this is a great deal. Honestly, I don't eat a lot of shrimp very often. However, let me know if you buy shrimp, is this a deal? I think it's a deal. They sell a wide variety of all sorts of different things. I also forgot to show you this egg replacer. This adds up to be 34 eggs, and it's only $4.89. Alright, on to the loot. I actually was talking in this video, but unfortunately I was being overshadowed by the highway behind me. So I got 2 bags of rice. These bags of rice, by the way, I didn't know they had a whole ad where these were on sale, but I will say this. These bags of rice would be probably $8 or $9 at Winco Foods. They're 5 pounds a piece. They are casserole rice, which is also sushi rice, if you did not know. We tend to eat a lot of this rice every single week, probably 3 times. 3 times, maybe 4. Maybe 4 times a week we eat rice with whatever meal we're making. These are my not coffee creamer, but flavors for my coffee. I got the vanilla flavor, and I also got another flavor, which I will tell you in a minute what it is because I ADHD'd out and I don't remember. Oh, it's the caramel toffee one. And these will last me likely probably anywhere between 4 to 6 months because they were really cheap. I would definitely buy them again. They were $5 and some change. And honestly, not bad. I'm going to add milk to my coffee and add these as the flavoring and maybe a sugar-free packet. We'll see. These I wanted to try for my husband. These I got at Winco a long time ago. Not that many. 4 in these bags. However, these were only like $1.49 a pack. This cheese was $15 and some change, and I found it to be such a great deal for 5 pounds of cheese that I actually might go back and get one of the other cheeses, likely for pizza. So probably the mozzarella cheese. Now on to the butter. These were $2.99. I'm not going to find butter for $2.99, so I decided to pick up 2 of these because honestly, I can freeze these. And if I need to go back to get more, I will. But today I only picked up 2. Now, I didn't show you every single section of this store. They have many sections in the store other than food. They have like a cooking section. They have many other sections and aisles in this store. Particularly after the butter, I realized I needed to go check out this aisle. So, tall kitchen bags. These are 150 count of tall kitchen bags, and they're 13 gallons. And I got this for $11.29. I can't even buy these on Amazon for that cheap. So I would definitely go back and get more. However, this was my not good purchase, but purchased anyway because we got POG, which stands for Passion Orange Guava, for my husband because he loves this juice. We'll be real. We did a little splurge on this week's grocery haul on something he liked. Now, this was a steal. You're probably going, Amanda, why are you buying like kitchen grade dish soap? Because this was $5.99 for a gallon of soap that works just as good, if not better, than Dawn soap because it's meant for restaurants. And you're probably asking me how I find deals on stuff like this and how I know about stores like this. Because I worked in fast food restaurants for, 19, 20 years. So I know where they shop and where they find their items. And honestly, I feel like everything I got today was an okay deal. It was okay. I would say I would give this store probably an 8 out of 10, especially if you are a larger family and you need it to actually buy a large quantity of food, or if you are hosting a party. However, some of the deals were not always to my liking. However, I did love the setup of the store. I love their rice. I love the beans. I love the dairy products. I like the produce section. So I would definitely go back for some of those items, including a lot of the cleaning products. So as always, you can only do what you can with what you got because it's all you have to work with. Bye, guys.